So, in this video, I am going to share with you the one thing that has truly, truly changed my life. So, I was upstairs brainstorming about different videos and content I wanted to make, and this idea came to me. I literally got out of bed to come downstairs to go ahead and record this video when I consider just how life changing it has been for me. I knew I wanted to make sure to share it with everyone. There are a few things that I really give credit to for changing not just my mindset, but also how I do things day to day. When my husband and I first got together, got married, we are two people who do things not on the complete opposite ends of each other, but we definitely did things differently, especially coming from people who, lived by themselves and had their own ways of doing things, and not just coming together, but coming together with a newborn, which definitely changes things. I started my PhD program when my son was what, 6 months old, I believe, between 4 to 6 months old. And there now is a new routine, a new way of doing things that needs to be introduced, because the way that I'm used to isn't working as much, just because my brain now has another human being to consider. And it showed up in this really small way, but turned out to be extremely impactful. So my husband noticed when I was coming home from school and I had my book bag, when I was zipping my bag up or unzipping it, I never did it in the same way. Sometimes the zippers would be to the left, sometimes the zippers are to the right, sometimes they're at the top. He noticed I did that with suitcases, the baby bags, everything. And so one thing he showed me was always have your zippers at the top. I was like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make a difference. He said it does, because that way, when you go to unzip something, you don't have to stop and look on both sides to see where the zipper is. You always know every time you unzip anything that can be zipped at the top, you always go to the top, unzip, zip it back in the middle. And at first, I was like, you're absolutely crazy. It does not make a difference. But I also said, you know what? Let me see if you're right. Let's just try it, see what happens. And y'all, that's the one thing that ended up really and truly changing my life, because we all have set places for dishes. We all have set places for like tissue, but I never thought to consider that with something as small as a zipper. And so once I did it, I noticed that my body got into that habit extremely quickly. And suddenly I'm just always doing it the same way. So whenever I go to something, I know it's right there. It seems so simple, but for instance, I started applying that same principle to other things. We would go back and forth on where the keys should be kept. So when we got our second vehicle and we had two sets of keys, he keeps his keys in one place that he likes. I keep my key in another place. But every time we know exactly where those keys should be. He always knows where to look for keys if it's for him. I always know where to look for keys if it's for me. When it comes to my purses, I know I have so many different little toiletry bags because they're so cute. And then I know Ipsy was doing subscriptions and you could get these bags other places where I got tired of digging around in my purse for the same things every day. Headphones, lipstick, tissue, lotion, hand sanitizer. It was like those same 5 to 6 things I was always digging for. So I got one of those bags, put them in there, boom. Every time I go now, I just get the bag, unzip it, and it's always right there. When I am done with it, I always put it back in that bag so I know exactly where it is. And again, you don't think it takes up that much of your time, but also the mental energy that goes into looking for stuff all the time. So having that predictability with things, I always put baby wipes in the same exact pouch, just from that one simple thing of radical acceptance of consistency of a zipper being at the top of your bag. But I wanted to share that because it really has changed my life in a way that I was not expecting it to. Something as small and just minute as that, doing it and applying that principle in other aspects of my life has definitely been transformational. I hope this helps, and I will see you all in the next video.